Hello, hi, welcome to a live stream. We're staring into the abyss right now. This is cool. Present everyone, I guess? Sure. All right. Yeah. Can you guys, I'm just going to open up the live control room here because you guys get to see what a live stream is like. It's an absolute clusterfuckle. Can you guys see me now? Can you write in the comment section about how you can see me? Are they, see, I have to like simultaneously on air live now. Okay, so that's 20 people watching. So maybe I'll close this and go to live control room. And will that show me things for people? Yeah, all right, stats. Yay, okay, so people see me, that's good. Perfect, see my screen, that is the point. Welcome, thank you very much. All right, guys, hi. This is my editing session. I've been meaning to kind of try and figure out how to show you guys how I edit. First of all, I kind of wanted to dig into, well, let's just get into it. Let's dig into the hardware real quick. I'm editing in Adobe. I come from a background of photography, so I used Photoshop and Premiere a lot. I import stuff through here. So this is like when I come in, I drop everything into Adobe Lightroom. And I'm editing this, by the way, this computer, it's a Lenovo Y50. I love the specs on it, and I hate its build quality. I think it's one of the most shoddiest built computers I've ever used in my life. But the spec-wise, it allowed me to do a lot for not a lot of money. This is like the best bang for your buck in terms of just specs. So it has a dedicated graphics card and SSDs and all that stuff, and it was like, bought it 2 or 3 years ago for $1,200 or something like that. So it was a pretty damn good deal. Right, okay. So in terms of other hardware, I keep all of this, these drives over here. This is Cargo Bay 5. This is one of my external drives. I have 5 2-terabyte external drives that I store everything on. I also, actually a company, Oki, they just reached out to me recently and said, hey, we know you travel and you do a lot of these videos and editing while you're on the road. Let us send you a set of our headphones. So I want to do a little shout out and show you guys what that's all about. These guys sent me these headphones. These are like, they're fairly affordable headphones. They're in ear, which I'm not usually a big fan of. But what happens is they actually clip to your neck like this, and they're Bluetooth enabled, and they charge on your USB. Same thing as all my other electronics, so micro USB-B, and I use that all the time. So as for my reviews, they stick in your ear a little bit better than like the regular just in-ear buds that I often use. So I actually like that. The fit is better. I still wouldn't really use them doing a lot of exercise or mountain biking or anything like that because they kind of fall out anyways. But while I'm editing, I definitely use these because they noise cancel and they do a great job of getting me good quality audio while I'm editing and still being lightweight. There's no cables dangling around. There's no any of that when I'm sitting in a coffee shop. That's super handy. So I've included a link to their stuff below in the description. These are really cheap. They're only 28 bucks, and it's a lot of bang for your buck on the headphones, I'd say. My mouse I use, I also included a link because I really like this mouse. This is a Logitech ultra thin mouse. It's also USB powered. It's also wireless and Bluetooth. But this whole trackpad is actually a touchpad. So I use that for editing because the touchpad on a Lenovo Y50 is the worst part of an already poorly built computer. So yeah, mouse is necessary, external hard drive is necessary, headphones are necessary. That's my hardware. Just thought I'd go over that. Okay, software. We are in Adobe Lightroom. I have imported the footage. And honestly, from here, this is just a catalog that kind of stores it. I'll edit photos, and you see those will pop up right up here. So these are like photos of the day I'm about to edit. My sisters and I went for a hike. Look at this. Do this picture. Chomsky, isn't he cute? And I got all this footage. Now this I shoot on a Sony A7 Mark II. I shoot an S-Log2, so you'll notice all the footage is desaturated and very low contrast. And that's so that I can do color correction afterwards. it's a pretty affordable camera, all things considered. It's a full frame, really good video camera for only about, I spent $1,100 on the body, and then, you know, whatever lenses you get. But yeah, as far as being able to shoot high quality cinematic footage, it's probably one of the cheapest options out there. And it's still stabilized, which I really like. So big fan of that. Anyway, so let's get into it. I'm just going to close this up, open up Premiere. Okay, so I edit everything in Premiere. Let me just go, let's start a new project here. Diaries, and let's just say live edit. So this is how I just open it up, right? There's like nothing to really show you there. It's kind of your standard Premiere setup. I go into my folders. For my media drives, these are pretty old. Oh, geez, I can't even remember what days this was. Yeah, oh, lucky guess, wicked. All right, so here's all my video clips, including one drone shot over here. So I'm going to select all of those video clips, drag them over here, and drop them right here. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I have edited this episode already. And so what I did is I kind of took a few steps back, saved the progress along. I just want to be able to rush this whole editing process along, because there are sometimes I've spent like 3 hours editing one episode, and I don't want to do a 3-hour live stream. So other than the drone footage here, and in sequence, I just drag it and drop it onto my sequence here. Okay, and then it'll often take a while to load the audio. No, apparently because I've already loaded this before, it's gonna just be nice and quick. Oh shoot, how do I? Oh, this is horrifying. How do I pull up the live stream? Oh, here we go. Cool, live. Okay, yeah, a bit blurry. Looks good. Computer is this? Can't see you. Only a screen and can't hear you. Okay, so can you guys actually hear me right now? Because I feel like one person can't hear me, but I'm pretty sure the audio is working. Is that confirmed? Can you guys write in the comment section if you can hear me? Okay. Yep, so everyone can hear me. That is good. Perfect. All right, wicked. So I'm not just talking to myself. All right, so here we go. Let's get cracking at this. So the first thing I do, honestly, guys, is I'm using keyboard shortcuts Q and W to just cut these clips up. So I'm not even sure if you'll be able to hear this.
Good morning, guys. I'm taking a little break from all the computer work. I've been working diligently on the new app we're releasing. I've been also working really hard on the merchandise store. I'll share a link in the description. You check it out. There's a few new pieces out there. And big heads up, all the profits from that go straight towards the boat and also towards the artists.
Shout out to my merch shop. What up?
So today we're taking a break from all of that.
And then, oh yeah, so here I cut out because there was a truck passing behind me. It was really noisy. So what I'll do is I'll just press C, put in a line right there, cut that clip up, and then I drag my cursor over to where I start talking again, and just press Q, boom, and that cuts it right in like that.
Today I'm taking a break from all of
so see?
So that's important as well. Today I'm taking a break from all of that.
Not bad. Not bad little cut.
A little adventure with my sister. So Sarah's here, and she's brought Chomsky, and Chomsky's never met Champ yet, and I want to show you what happens when Champ meets a puppy.
Okay, so there I stopped talking, and I just press W, and it cuts the rest of that clip off, right? And then just moves everything forward. Like sometimes I thought like this, cut that up a little bit, and then just like story without, there we go, right as she's opening the door, I'll cut that in. And then, oh, it's Champ and Chomsky meeting for the first time, and Champ is getting nothing. So I'll cut right there after his first bark, and I'm pretty sure we come back outside. Yeah, here we go. So we'll cut and bring that in with another Q button. It just scoops it right over. I love Q and W is one of my favorite little keyboard shortcuts. I use it all the time. And I'm pressing spacebar here to pause or play. There he is, right there. And then a little bit more. Story of Champ. Now we're coming outside. I'm gonna not get like too much footage of my sister's butt, if at all possible. There you go. Adding it up, seeing how they. Get them running around each other. That's cute. That's fun. There we go. Simon says something dumb. Who cares? And
that's my other granddog, and you've got to say hello.
That's my mom saying stuff. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll cut this whole sequence using the C button to select the razor blade, and V button for regular cursor, and then Q, W, and space. So like Q, just like I said, it cuts everything before where you're at and just deletes it, and W cuts everything after and deletes it. So that allows me to shorten down all of these clips up until, and you can often tell from the audio here, you look at the audio lines. See how it normalizes here all of a sudden, and it's kind of like regular ambient noise. That tells me that I am now in a car, probably. Okay, so there'll be some sort of like, hey, we're gonna head off and hit the road.
Everyone has some time off, so we're off to the caves.
There we go. Everyone has some time off, so we're off to the caves, and I'll just cut into a little driving montage after that. So there we go. Now, let's get into montage making. So I go back up to my folders here. What I've done is I've created Vanlife Tunes folder. Now, these are all artists I've been talking to. A lot of people ask how I get my music. I spend a lot of time researching, finding artists, people I like, music I like, and I will reach out to them and say, hey, listen, can I use your music? And we work out some sort of deal. And then what I do is I download their whole library of like their main tunes, and I put it into this folder. This allows me to edit with their music while I am like way out in the woods kind of thing without Wi-Fi. So what I've also done, so like if we go to, I don't remember who I used for this episode, but let's just say I went and used one of my new artists that I've been using a lot. I used Mastis. So I don't know, it's just kind of like arbitrary here at this point. I'll listen to some tunes, some different music. I don't know where that's playing. What the hell is going on? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Now this doesn't work. Oh, this is frustrating. I'm using too many different things because I'm streaming audio to you guys too. I don't know what is going on there. All right, well, let's just take a random, let's take this song and just randomly drag it and drop it onto our sequence here. Nothing, it'll work out just fine. Sure, why not? So what I'll do is I'll zoom in with the plus and minus keys, and I will move this so that the beat kind of drops on the first. Oh wait, no, that's not it. That's over here. Yeah, okay, so I want to work it so that the beat drops right onto the caves. So yeah, now I've got music, and what I do is I can just go, I've lowered the volume here down to 0, or negative infinity dB, and then I can copy the volume tab and drag it and drop it onto all of these. Because these are all, as you can see from the audio file, these are all flat, kind of like ambient noise. So I'll just drag and drop, press Control V on all those, and now everything here has no audio except for the music. So I can just use it. There. So what I'll do is I'll lock this audio file. So now that if I press Q and W, it's not going to mess with the audio, the music. And I just cut, press Q and W. Now another beat drops, and I cut with W. Boom. I just want to remember I was getting a shot of my sister shifting. She drives like a maniac. Okay, so I'm just going to cut to where she shifts. And then cut into Chomsky looking nervous. And then cut to some shots of the Parliament buildings. There we go, and then I'll just cut, so on and so forth. Keep cutting like that. No, focus was not nailed on that. And I'll cut this one in 2 sections. Right? And now, that's how I cut. I lock the audio file down. and Q and W my way through this whole thing. And then I'll get back into another kind of section where I'm talking again, and then we'll cut into another montage and so on and so forth till the whole video is done, right? Usually I try to, like, I'll play around with some of these clips in the montage because I often film more than I actually use. So what we're going to do right now is just jump into this version that I've already removed all color correction from. Okay, cool. So here's the full episode as I edited it. And you can see we've got music coming in here. So these are the montages, 1, 2, 3, and then a finale right here. Okay. Actually, let's take a quick second. I want to see you field your questions here. Audio is good. Still in Ottawa. Okay, Beaky. Okay, Weather Pilot wants to know if I am deleting all my stuff after editing. Actually, yeah, I often do. Sometimes I'll keep like a couple clips, but yeah, there's just so much footage. I mean, I have made over 400 episodes now, so I mean, I just don't have enough space in the world to store all of that raw footage. So I just keep it going and keep deleting as I go. All right, so as you can see here, we've got a sequence, and I obviously did not use that massive phone at all. I think I used Clueless Kid, yeah. So yeah, it's dropping frames like a mouse for here. Okay. All right, so this is looking pretty good. We got a little montage bit. So let's get into color grading right now because the rest of this episode kind of goes, and I don't want to spoil it too much for you guys because, you know, there'll be an episode, but it'll be really cool. And we'll get into the color correction and maybe I'll show you a bit more of it. All right, so let's get into effects. Let's pull up the universal effects. These are from Lumetri presets and speed looks. I'm using loops, so I have inputs and outputs. It's kind of hard to explain in just a simple video, but let's put it this way. I'll just grab like a template. I probably won't use it because it's messed up. So Lumetri, it is a lookup table. So you have your input, and you have all these different inputs for all these different cameras and profiles, right? I'm using Sony S-Log version 2. So that is my input. Now the output is in your creative tab. And you got all these different templates. Now these are just like starting off points. Usually I like to use this Kodak 5218. It gives you kind of that film look a little bit, which I am a big fan of. A lot of people ask how I get those film looks. I mean, this is, you could just use this. Like this is really, I've done 3 clicks. This clip is color corrected now. You see how simple that was, right? But what I will do often is I will set this up to, okay, I'm going to adjust a few things. I find that often it's a little dark, so I'll pump the shadows and blacks up a little bit, contrast up a little bit, bring down my highlights just a tiny bit. Now it's got a little bit washed out here, so maybe punch the blacks down back. Okay, so we're getting close here. I mean, you can go, that's your basic corrections, and then you can go and have some more fun with vibration. You can sharpen it, you can add more faded film effects, so faded, oh my god. Intensity, so this is a good way of kind of like phasing it in. You have like, this is your regular look, you know, just regular, and then you can 200% intensity, you know. I started off, like I kind of faded into the whole color correction by starting down at like 20% and working my way back up to 100%. So with these profiles, the Kodak 5218 is a standard that I've been using now for the last maybe 20 episodes. I change it up. I'm on the lookout for something a little bit brighter and shinier. So I have to do a little bit more research to look up those. So you got lookup tables and you got looks. So basically, yeah, proper pronunciation. Lookup table is this part right here, the input looped, as you see there. That's your input. Your output is your look. So that is the Kodak 5218. So basically, it takes in the information from the camera, standardizes it, so no matter how many cameras you have and how many different things, it's all going to start off on the same level, and then it puts a look on it. So it's almost like a filter, but like a much smarter one, let's put it that way. Saying it's a filter is kind of like saying Photoshop is kind of like Instagram. You know, I mean, it is, but it's not really at all. Okay, so what I like to do here is I'll squeeze away the white balance, kind of set this up the way I want to edit all my clips, so I don't have to click into any more tabs. I'll select this effect here in the video effects, Control C, and drag it and drop it on everything else, okay? So now what I do, this is the fun part, is I press play. And it lags often, probably because I'm streaming now too. But I can like pan through this footage, right? Like here, look at this. So we get into the room and it's dark as hell. Now it's like it's completely unusably dark. So I'll switch it over to version 4 profile. Let's see, version 5. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of grain, a lot of noise. It's not looking very good. Plus, it's warm balance really bad. So let's drop the temperature down. Oof, still not looking good. Tint, can I fix this? I mean, at this point, I'm just like trying to stop a train wreck because I ran into like several different lighting modes while my camera was like not fully on manual mode, but pretty close. So it's just not handling it well at all. And then I guess get it back into basics here. Like that's tone. Let's bump up the. Now I find that bumping up the exposure on this really doesn't do what you want it to most of the time. So it's easier to often go into, let's see, if I bump that out, that looks even worse. So I mess around with the input loot more often than messing around with the actual exposure because I find the exposure just, like I said, doesn't do what you want it to most of the time. And maybe that's a fact of like maybe this loot that I'm using isn't super accurate. So like I might have to go and look up more loops and see if I can't get something that works a little bit better with my camera under the settings I often use under. So, okay, I mean, we can see what's going on, but it certainly doesn't look very good. It looks better here because we're coming back out into daylight. And you know what's interesting, actually? I can actually time code this, which might be a little bit more messing around than I really need. But I could fade from like brightening it up big time down to not brightening it. So let's just see. I can set up time code here. So why don't I just set that locked in right there, and then drag it over here and set another one, and then just raise the exposure by 1 stop. And then, yeah, I mean, you can at least see their outline now, just a better way. Again, we're focusing on the story here. So when it comes to vlogs, like there's cinematic bits that I want to look perfect, but a lot of the time I'm just trying to convey the story the best I can. And so making it cinematically beautiful isn't actually what you want all the time. You want it to just best convey the story. And the story here that I'm trying to convey is Champ's a bit of a dickhead who barks at puppies all the time.
So yeah, that's about as Champ that stands at a distance and barks at you.
She's not very nice dog sometimes.
Good dog. Also not a good dog sometimes.
Yeah, so mean. But yeah, a little bit washed out here because I'm aiming down at the ground. That often happens. So I might drop it down half a stop. Yeah, and then we get out of our contrast back, which is kind of nice.
2-second deadline.
Yeah, there we go. So that kind of matches these other clips a lot better. So I just dropped that exposure. And I'll go through all of these clips and just dig my way through. And yeah, just adjust exposure, maybe sometimes white balance. And I will especially pay attention when the subject matter changes, because often you'll see like these big changes in audio here indicate a big change in subject matter, which will often require a whole different dress up of my profile. So when that happens, maybe here, when we start hiking, I think. Yeah, so like, yeah, it looks pretty good. I like that, actually. That's pretty. Yeah, that's clean, actually. I won't have to adjust that at all. Oh, I know where I will have to adjust it for sure. Is over here. We get into some caves. Yeah, huge spoilers, guys. Sorry, but we're going caves, spelunking, even. So So there we go. We're getting into the caves. We still got a lot of daylight here, so it's still looking good. But we're starting to get darker here. So maybe this one. I'll switch over to 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what I might do now is I'll just Control-C this profile as it is with S-Log version 4, and I will delete the effect on all of this footy. Yeah, right here. And what I'll do is go right-click, and I step over here to, where is it? Remove effects. And then I just remove all the effects off of it that I put on. So, and then what I'll do is Control-V, paste on these new effects. So basically that removed all the stuff that said version 1 that I was using before, and I pasted on version 4, which is a much brighter lookup table and gives me a much nicer effect to, for darker areas. But like you see, like a lot of my highlights are blown out. The contrast, see, this is bad. So because this one, even though I'm in the cave, but I'm actually trying to focus on Sarah way up here, this bright one's not going to work at all. So bump it back down, and I might even darken this one. Stop. There we go. There we go. See? Much cleaner. So, like, it's interesting how this one, which is version 1, which is much darker, down one spot, is the same, like, makes sense one after the other to this one, which is version 4, which is much, much brighter. So, but it's just, that's the way the camera interprets the information sometimes while I'm shooting, and I don't have time to like lock everything down in the manual all the time. So, and then we got this shot here. Oh, look, Chomsky's being cute. So we'll brighten him up a little bit so you can, oh, we've already have. Let's brighten him up a little bit more. Can we do that without it looking like shit? You'll find that with video footage, you just don't get the lateral like depth that you get in video and photos because, well, first of all, I can't afford a camera that shoots raw. That would be nice, but that's not where I'm at financially. So I am stuck with MKS files, I think, is what I'm often working with. But compression rates are, they're okay. So I'm going to darken this one up again because of the same issue before. And next one it shows you, okay, so I'm going to darken it 0.5 of the stop. Yeah, that's a little bit better because it was washed out there a little bit. Nice. Okay, so there we go. That's a little bit of a compilation of my sisters and I exploring this cave, and I'll go through and just double check every clip and adjust levels for each clip. Now let's get into some drone footage here, okay? So this is the first time, you'll have seen some drone footage by now on a few of the other episodes. By the time this one airs, there's a few other episodes that have drone footage, but this right here is the first time that I actually got the files out of the actual drone. Yeah, it's been a bit of a mess. Basically what's happened is I updated my drone while I hadn't emptied the cards yet, and it deleted all my footage off there. So I had to pull some of it off my phone and some of it off the cloud off my phone. And yeah, it's just been a real disaster. Peter McKinnon, I'm just gonna check these comments real quick. Okay, yeah, if you put in every video you create, I like the toaster for a microphone. Yeah, well, go buy me some microphones, dink. Okay, cool. Well, so yeah, I do shoot 1080p, 1080p 60 FPS usually. Now that I have a drone that does 4K, I am shooting in 4K, but it's only 24p. So I don't know. Verdict's still out on that one. I really like being able to zoom in with the 4K. So when I'm uploading everything on YouTube, it's always 1080p 30 FPS because I like to use a little bit of slow-mo from time to time. Yeah, for the most part, it's 4K. Proxy files while editing. I don't actually use, okay, weather pilot thinks I need to put a GoPro on champ. I've actually done that in the past, and the footage is incredibly shaky because dogs make terrible cameramen. So, I mean, you can go do it, but I need more stable footage. Peter McKinnon, I will have to look him up because I don't know anything about him. I'm just going to punch that in and deal with that later because yes, I definitely need some more LUTs and some more looks. Okay. People want to know if I'm still in Ottawa. I am still in Ottawa. I'm leaving very, very shortly, though. Yeah, pretty much done here in Ottawa. Been here for almost a month. Yeah, these videos have been taking a while to come out, but it's good because I've been working the whole time I'm here in Ottawa. So it's been nice to have a little bit of buffer space to work and to get all these edits done. I mean, as you're seeing, this is not super easy. Okay, so let's look up at this drone footage. Let's get into this. Okay, so I'm gonna scooch over this motion. So what's happened actually here, let's talk about this for a second first, is I've cut all this drone footage together, okay, but I'm shooting 4K drone footage. So you'll see shots like this, I'll have the scale at 100%. So what that actually means is, like, the actual footage looks like this, right? But because it's 4K and this is a 1080p screen that I'm like broadcasting to, that I'm exporting as, if I put it down to 50%, like, or no, sorry, zoomed into 100%, it's still giving me the same pixel density as 1080p, but now I get to zoom in, right? And that gives me all kinds of, I can move the camera up or down or whatever. If that allow me, yeah, see, like that. So let's put it back to where it was there. But it allows me all kinds of ladder movement to like crop in, and it's kind of like having two lenses on one drone. So I really like that effect. Now, I did shoot, so the other thing too is with the new drone, it allows me to shoot in D-Log. So I've got one loot so far for D-Log, and I don't know, verdict's still out on this guy, but it's all right. I'm going to look up some other ones. We'll see what we can get, but we'll just remove all the effect from all the other ones and paste these over so you can take a quick look. Okay, so let's zoom out. Okay, so this one's way too bright, right? This is a problem. So let's down the exposure 2 stops. Now we got way too much contrast, so we'll down the contrast. And we've also got, let's cut this down to 0. The black's down. That's not a racist term. Don't make that racist. Okay, creative. Let's cut, because we got a problem with saturation here. It's way too saturated. Let's see, 75%. Ooh, that's too desaturated. 85. Okay, that's good, but maybe if I drop it one more, where was that? Tom, here we go. One more negative 2.5. That's not at all what I wanted to do. Why did you do that? Oh, that's why. Hard to type, Simon. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't really match. Still oversaturated. What's going on? Okay, let's set this saturation on the input. That's a bit closer. So let's look. So this is nice. This is why I like shooting in D-Logs, V-Log, S-Log. No, V-Log. I don't think there's a V-Log. I don't know. This is why I like shooting in S-Log and in D-Log, because it allows me this extra lateral movement. If I was just shooting straight AVI files or straight video files with no desaturation modes, it doesn't give you that kind of lateral movement to save the clip when you get the settings wrong. Offset looks better. That's like a matching, almost perfect match. And all I'll do is actually just, yeah, you know what? I can't really drop that anymore. There we go. Okay, so now let's just, so this one's going to be more standard. This clip right here will be more standard to how the rest of these clips are. So I'm going to get a little into the nitty gritty on this one. Let's drop it 0.8. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. We'll close up, open up this creative. It's already kind of like, I'm going to put 0 here. I don't know, man. It's hard to say what I really want to do with this, but it's not really kicking up, is it? Over to maybe the other codec. Oh, there we go. The other codec profile really sings. See, this one's a little bit too flat. Or maybe if I keep it on the flat one and what I'll do is I'll change these settings. So the black will go down to negative 15. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's much better. Okay, exposure. Contrast. Let's set the contrast back to 0. Off the white spin. Okay, cool. So now I've got a setting I like for that. So Control C on that Lumetri setting, and I will come over and get these other clips. remove all the effects from them, and paste them back on with the new settings that I copied over from this clip. There we go. That is looking much better. Now, the annoying thing is now that I'm doing 4K, let's get a little bit of prop in that shot. No, okay, it's just a glitch. I mean, you guys are on a live stream, so you can't really tell, but like the quality I'm getting with this is like on playback is pretty shit. Like it's just not very good. And part of that is like I'm editing on a laptop. Part of it is I'm editing on a 3-year-old laptop. It's got a 960M, which is a pretty good graphics card, but like, you know, it is what it is. That's what I'm stuck with. Eventually, when I get more money, I'd like to invest maybe in a MacBook because they're a little bit more streamlined, and I tend to be able to like load new cameras onto them and have the footage come out very smoothly. Like if I just watch this footage right now on just like the LCD, it glitches because my codecs are all, I don't know, maybe codecs, maybe it's just like the drivers for my graphics card. I don't know why it does it. But I've had a few friends try to help me solve it. We haven't had any luck. So you can see here, like, watch, I'm cutting between these two clips. So this will be the full wide, that's 50%. So it's zoomed out like that. It's like crunched down from 4K. And then this one is sampled in. So that is, there's a much bigger image around, but I've sampled it on the section where it's like the same pixel density, but it allows me that lateral movement. So these clips are very similar and normally wouldn't cause any kind of interesting shift, right, between the two clips. But because I can do that now with 4K, it's giving me a little bit more of an interesting, yeah, see, like, cut right in, and I can get these tight angles. Oh, I'm so in love with that. Whole new toy for me to play with. Okay, so I don't know if that's just a playback. No, it's just a playback. Okay. It looks almost like some weird color going on in that water down there. Yeah, it's just a playback, I think. Let's just, no, that's not good. Negative one. Yeah, playback is terrible on the screen, it's hard to tell. Anyway, okay, so that's the drone footage color correction. Let's get into the last part. So the video is looking pretty good. You know, we got our story, we got some compilations, we got some drone footage, no time lapse on this one, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So what I'm going to do now is I'll save this real quick, and I will open up the last episode that I edited. Okay, so now we've got two clips I'd like to salvage from this one. One of them is my outro clip, which I need to make a little bit cleaner next time. I just don't have the time right now. Okay. I will copy this outro, and I will drag it onto my new one. I could have made a template for all of this, but I found, like, I've tried a bunch of different methods, honestly, and this is the method that works the fastest for me, particularly. I'll just lock this audio file, go to the end of this right here, and just press W and scoot it up. Okay, so now, actually, I think they use the same artist for this one. So this clip right here is the video you're seeing. This is the audio of the waves, which I keep meaning to bring volume up on so you can actually hear them. This is the music. See how there's like if you zoom in right here, there's a drop and then the music picks up. It's kind of dramatic, so it's good for an outro. So like that. That's kind of nice, eh? And then, yeah, I used Clueless Kid already. But if I hadn't used Clueless Kid, I would just go over here, right click, and I would, I should go into details about how I do this because it's kind of cool. I always wondered before I learned how to do it. Replace. Where's replace? Somebody see replace? Replace with After Effects? No, replace with Clip. Why is that grayed out? What's going on? Oh, I think I have to go into the sequence to do that. Okay, so what I'll do is just, let's just change it to another artist that it's not, just so I can show you guys. I would go, go into here and I go replace with clip, replace footage. And I would cycle down to the bottom. These are Vanlife tunes. What I've done is I've made these, Let me just open these up for you guys so you can see what I mean. I've made these templates, and I've done these in After Effects. So like the Clueless Kit one is just this video file. Let me do that. There, see, and it pops up, stays there for a second, and then disappears again. Okay, and it's on a black screen. So what I've done is I've done that for a bunch of different artists, like Lion Meets Lizard. He's there, you know, doing liony, lizardy things. Whenever that pops up. Okay, I don't care. I don't have time for this. So let's just replace it with Massive, for instance. Let's just do that. So now it just quickly, it saves all the settings and everything I've done and every part I've put it in the sequence and just replaces it. But basically all I've done here is I've gone over to opacity mode and switched it to screen. And what that does is that anything that's black becomes, you know, like a green screen stuff. So I just drag it in, and then what I've done is I copy that middle clip just as long as I need it to go for, and just stretched it out until I have the finale clip where it closes like this. And you're done. Okay? So that is the finishing sequence. We'll save that project. We'll go into the recent ones, pull up the caves. Wait, caves? Oh, I don't know what this is. Okay, this must be the one I actually did. Yeah, okay, so let's go to the no color caves. This is just the intro. Outro with the musicians to show that. What I've done is I've just created another one in After Effects. I'm actually going to create a new one because as cool as this is, it has no logo on it, and I've been working on a logo for this whole sequence. So I don't want to control paste it there. I'll control paste it over here because it always drops it on this. I bet you if I press this button, it would just drop it there, would it? Let's see. It does. Okay, so I've learned something. So you guys learning something? I'm learning something. So it's just my active audio file. So we'll go in here and.
Good morning, guys. I'll take a little break from all the computer work.
There you go. Some Moto diaries, stuff like that. And I can just kind of move that where I want. It's already got the settings of the screen that I set before on the other file. So it's just a copy paste situation. But honestly, all that is this video clip, like one of these video clips. I can just bring it in, drag it, drop it onto the sequence, and then it's black here. But all I'll do is I go, hey, turn this to opacity, turn it from normal down to screen. And then that's all. So it's really handy. I think there's probably a way of changing that screen color from black to like green or something, which would be something I'll have to learn to do eventually when I pose my face on something. But for now, that works for me. All right, so now that all of that is done, I've pretty much finished this episode. So what I will do is I'll save it before I do anything else stupid and break anything, and I will go File, and I'll export the file and come over here. And my computer will take a long time. Here we go. So I will switch it over to YouTube or BoobTube or whatever. That is my template, which is just a 30 FPS, 1080p, progressive. There we go. So you see all the settings right here. And this is the estimated file size, 897 megabytes. And yeah, and then I can rename it to like editing test. And this is the cool thing. If you're following me on Patreon and you're doing anything over $1 donation, you get access, and that's early access to these episodes. So all of them are already in there, and all of my archives are there, and you can watch them anytime you want. And the cool thing is I export directly from this program straight into that folder. So the second that it's done editing and I have internet, you get, you know, that file. So you get to watch the episodes much before they reach YouTube and without ads or anything else if you want to. So that's it. That's all. I will just click export and then crash everything because I'll actually cancel that. But that's how I would do it. I would click export. It would be over. Okay? Brilliant. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So that is how I edit an episode. God, I hope that was interesting because I don't know. It's just me yelling at you guys. Okay. I'm going to answer a few more of your questions before I disappear. Oh, there's a lot of them actually. I don't keep my raw footage on the cloud, but I do keep all my finished episodes on the cloud. So that was me showing you the cloud right there. I use Dropbox. I don't know what is going on with this here. Okay. Hello from Alberta. Hello, Martha. Whatever. Okay. In regard to not thinking anybody seems like blogger cranks their music to ridiculous levels compared to, yeah. So I try to work on getting my audio to be nailed in, but my problem I've had for the last couple of months has been switching headphones quite a lot. So my monitoring hasn't been very good, but now I've got these new ones. Again, this is the company Oki. They hooked me up with these guys, and because they have noise canceling properties, you know, they kind of stick in there. It allows me to not crank the audio and just like be able to hear it clearly, no matter what scenario I'm editing in. So, yeah, I will say that in the last little while, my video audio has been kind of inconsistent. So I'm working on that, and these headphones definitely help. Ottawa van dweller, or an Ottawa dweller, sorry. Best of luck. Okay, is it snowing yet? No, it's not snowing, although Calgary is probably going to get snow pretty soon, and unfortunately I'll be there during their snow, so not looking forward to that. Motorcycles suck, but we'll get through it, and we'll get back out west, so I'll be heading that way very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, I think I'm going to bring this live session to a close because my mouth is very dry and I've been talking way, way too much. Hopefully this was useful to you guys and you guys can, you know, make some better videos yourself. I will say that I have never taken any classes and I've never taken any kind of formal training. My idea was just to make lots of videos and get better at it by doing it over and over and over again. That is it. That's all I really got for you guys today. Just big shout out. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in to, there should be an episode today, actually. There should already be an episode today. All right, cool. So like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you found this useful. Cheers. Bye-bye.